Hey everybody, Real Estate Ninja here. I hope you are doing great. Got a story for you. And actually, are your mortgage rates too high? Or are you trying to buy a house and because the mortgage rates are too high that you gotta not buy a house? You just can't afford it? Or you need to refi. You wanna pull some equity out, but you can't afford the refi to get the invaluable, in some cases, invaluable, is that valuable? Precious equity in your house sometimes to live off of because of crazy out of control interest rates? Well, guess who you need to blame? Your neighbor. But that's not me, that's the New York Times, because there's amazing things coming out of that place. So let's talk about that right now. I'm gonna link this story below because I think it's so stupid, we've gotta give it a little bit of credit for being totally moronic. It says mortgage rates too high, blame the Fed, Wall Street, and your neighbor. That's right. Lenders use several bits of data to set mortgage rates, including trading moves by investors. Without market volatility, the rate could be under 7%. It says right here, Mila Adams moved to Utah in May with her husband and toddler son to be closer to family, but they didn't expect to be living with her husband's parents nearly half a year later. The couple's search for a home of their own became a race to stay ahead of the rapid rise in mortgage rates. Each time rates climbed, passing 5, 6, and now 7%. We don't even need to talk about the story anymore because that's just people that have piss poor planning. Quite frankly, you move over, haven't found a place yet, you could do a quick, easy Google search and go, oh crap, it's too expensive to live there. There was no reason to tell this story except for these are picky people. They should have bought a place at 5%, but they, were wondering, and then it just goes bad, right? So let's skip past all that crap, right? And let's go to here. It's no surprise that the rapid interest rate increases by the Federal Reserve meant to tamp down inflation and cool an overheated housing market have pushed up mortgage rates, making it harder for many people to buy homes. Changes in consumer behavior and decisions made by investors on Wall Street are also to blame for higher rates. Analysts say the average rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage, guys, I'm going to link this story below for you guys to check it out, okay? Which crossed the 7% threshold recently, could be as much as a full percentage point lower if investors, homeowners, and prospective buyers hadn't been shifting their behavior so sharply in the reaction to Fed moves. All right, so let me do this. I'm not gonna read the rest of this because I think it's crap, but I'm gonna explain it. So what they're talking about is out of control speculation by investors, right? That were out there, running out there like crazy and buying up homes for either Airbnbs, rentals, second homes, or a new larger place for them to live, all right? We saw that in the last couple of years. First off, I want to explain something. The blame is to lay 100% on the feds, not your neighbors, all right? They're not profiteering, they're making money, they're being smart, all right? They made a move. It's a calculated move that's now biting a lot of them in the butt, quite frankly, because they're seeing house prices get slashed and sales fall off a cliff and inventory explode higher, right? So they're seeing that, they're feeling that. That's the other part of speculation that nobody wants. They love the glorious, glamorous part, like how'd you afford that new Land Rover or that really weird looking Mercedes vehicle that's a brick and it's heavy? Well, it was a write-off. Well, it's because I'm, a house flipper, or I own rentals, and I'm borrowing against my wealth. All right, cool. Now they're going to see the other side of that, and that's going to be a bummer for them. All right, but the Federal Reserve knew wholeheartedly that when you print more money, it actually causes inflation, right? When you print a ton of money, it causes hyperinflation. Now, the Fed thought that they could get a smooth one over on us, a fast one, when in 2010 they started to quantitative easing, essentially putting the money that they printed, buying up assets with that, and putting distressed assets on their books. Problem was, starting in 2015, when they started to liquidate those assets into the market and try and put those crap assets in your pension fund, we saw very quickly that the market couldn't digest that much crappy content or crappy stuff, financial assets, for lack of better terms. My point being is that all the Federal Reserve knows this, and they do this on purpose because every 7 to 10 years, they do this on purpose, and they take the market down, take it down a notch, and in the process, them and all their buddies buy up all the homes from people that weren't thinking. Now, we have a lot of people that didn't think in the last 3 years and over-speculated, not only in the housing market, but in the vehicle market. Guys, this is a new channel. If you haven't seen this, Real Estate Ninja channel, please hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up if you like this content. But this is just hard, blunt, hitting in your face reality, right? I've been a real estate investor since 2001. I took advantage of the last crash, and I am going to crush it and help you guys crush it in the next one, right? Because I was the only one back then in June of last year saying the market topped. Here we go, it's only down here from here. And I got lots of hate. And all they cared about is that one neighbor that sold their house to an idiot, the greater fool theory, for a lot of money. They just like, oh no, you're wrong. And I'm like, no, you don't get it. I'm looking at the big picture. And this is a great opportunity. But now look at this. The New York Times says, blame your neighbor. They're speculating. Those people are bad. See, they want to they do the obvious, blame the Fed, blame Wall Street, but they want to distract you from that, and they want you to blame your neighbor. Think about that. This is a war of wits right now. The question is, what side of the wit war are you going to be on? Are you going to be on the nitwit or the excellent? I just made that up. The good side. I hope you're on the good side. I hope you understand the bigger scheme, the bigger thing, and that is literally a conspiracy theory. When two or more people can gather to do something illegal or egregious, that is really what's happening here. And they want to buy back your home for pennies on the dollar and then sell it again and print even more money into oblivion through the printing of mortgages, right? The making of mortgages. That's how money is created. That's how banks make money, is by loaning money at interest that they literally made out of thin air. That is how it works. It's literally that simple. So guys, think about it. Right now, what would be better? To have a good credit score, a little bit of cash in your hand, and low debt, so that you could take advantage of this pivot, because the bankers are. The bankers are waiting, and they know it's about a year and a half away when people are walking away from their homes, giving them back and finding rentals, because rents are already dropping around the country, which means we have a deflationary action right now. Rents are dropping because the average renter does not have the money to pay these astronomically stupid high rents around the country. So we're already seeing deflation there. The bankers know that we're about a year and a half away. The question is, do you know, and are you ready? Guys, I hope you enjoy this. This is going to be the greatest financial roller coaster ride of your life. And I promise, if you do what I say and get out of debt, I'm not a financial advisor, barely passed high school. Thank heavens my bank account didn't care about my degree. I'm just a dude with a broken dream. But if you'll get out of debt, you will have a little cash on the side. You'll get in some inflation hedging assets, and you get that credit score ready to rock and roll. You will be the bank next time, and you will crush it. All right, guys, that being said, the Real Estate Ninja is out.